Summer football we've had so far, we've already seen the conclusion of the Euro 2020. Of course, Copa America also came to a close. And we're also in the mix of closing out the Gold Cup. But still, there's some more international football on the agenda. And it is over in Tokyo. That's right, it's the Olympics. Got the men's predictions coming at you, starting next. Today we're taking a look at match number 1. That's right, out in Tokyo. That's right, 2020 Olympics is coming right at you. And we've got some big names, big teams, big nations competing for the gold medal. That's right, we're going to predict them right here, right now. We'll get to that in just 1 second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, boys, smash that subscribe button, keep your bang out to date with all things football related, Olympics related, Blackburn Rovers related. We're going to all here under one roof, skis. Goodness gracious me. Yes, now this is been a video that's been on demand, of course. I wasn't going to do a prediction video for the Olympics. I was just going to let Cass do her own thing. But I thought, you know what, let's do a prediction link for this one and see how you guys fare in the under 23 realm. Of course, we don't. The Olympic squads are a little bit of a weird old beast. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, of course, and if you are interested to support the channel in a way, we're trying to get the numbers back up. We have got dropped down to, I think, we're at 15 patrons, so I'm looking to get those numbers back up to 25 and maybe even beyond all that. So let's get into the deep end then, shall we? Take a little look at the Olympics. That's right, 2020. It's actually 2021 right now, but of course, just like a lot of the major events around the world have been postponed. Of course, they're going to hope to bounce back and get it all done and dusted. It's still a little bit of a question mark. Still a little bit of a question mark as to if the event will go ahead, and hopefully it will do. But let's take a little look at the nations that will take part in of course, this coming Olympics. So here we go. Of course, we are focusing on the men's game. So here are the nations. We've got Japan, of course, Mexico, France, South Africa, of course, Brazil, Germany, Ivory Coast, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Spain, Egypt, and I believe that is Australia, South Korea, Honduras, New Zealand, and of course Romania. Of course, anyone that fancy any of these guys, let me know who you think is going to get the gold medal. Of course, now in amongst these 16 squads, there are some big players. Of course, unlikely though, we're not going to see the likes of Messi or Neymar for Brazil, but there are some big boys, especially when you look at the likes of the Spanish squad, even in regards to the French squad as well. Some big time players, and we'll elaborate on those in just a second. Of course, let's take a little look at the groups. Then, of course, I tried to break them down into the groups. Of course, Group A comes with you. The hosts, of course, Japan are in this one, alongside South Africa, Mexico, and France. You probably fancy France, maybe Japan going through on this one. Quick glance at that. You get your opinions on that. What about Group B? Of course, I'm looking maybe at South Korea here being the winners on this one. As for second spot, it is wide open. Of course, Honduras still competing over in the Gold Cup. So, of course, 2 separate squads for that. So, we'll see how that all fares out. Into the Group C, we've got Egypt, Spain, Argentina, or Australia. Fancy probably Spain and Argentina to go through. But you don't know about Egypt or Australia. They could be the dark horses of the tournament, you let us know. And then, of course, the big one at the end there, Group D, we have Brazil and Germany, of course, should compete for the top 2 spots. But you can't rule out the Ivory Coast as well. So let me know your thoughts as to who you anticipate to be the group winners for the respective groups. And, of course, make sure you get predictions in. Of course, we do have a live action prediction league. And here it is, of course, starting with this one. And if you want to predict, get your predictions in, go to the website down here, Cutley/Tokyo number 1A. I did think there was going to be 2 videos per match day, but because the games will take place on the same day, we're going to have to do them in a one-er. So here we go. Let's get into the deep end then and have a look at the first round of matches. And then, shall we? It is out in Group A, kicking it all off. Of course, it will be Mexico up against La France. Of course, we're going to try and have a little sneak peek of the teams because I don't know their records as under 23. So we're going to go off of some of the key members of the squad. So in the Mexico squad, they got the likes of Diego Lainez coming at you from Real Betis. The overseas or the overage players, of course, each one of the squads can have, I think, 3 over the age players, and of course that means they've got to be over the ages of 23-ish. So we've got Henry Martin coming at you from America over in Mexico. We've got the goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa, of course, who should have been in the Gold Cup, you would think, but he's not there. And the third over 23 player is Luis Romero from Cruz Arazol. As for the French squad, of course, some big time players. So yeah, some of the French players in the squad: Dimitri Bertrou between the sticks potentially. We've got the likes of Timothy Bembele from PSG. I'm looking for the overage players. Florian Taravan coming at you from Mexico. He's playing football these days in Mexico. So is Andre Pierre Gigagnac, also playing us football in Mexico. There was Camavinga was meant to be in the squad, but I think he's pulled out. But yeah, I do honestly think the French will be one of the favourites for this one, even though when you look at that who's who list, there's no one that stands out as a superstar for the French team at the moment. The bookies odds on this one, we have 60-5 for Mexico. 65 on is your French team, of course. 13-5 is your draw on this one. Quick look at the odds for the title. Actually, French are actually third favourite, 6-1. Mexico all the way down around about seventh favourites at 20-1 on this one. Going to go with on this what have I gone with this? I've gone with a 2-0 win for France to open up their count. And of course, look forward to the next leg. Of course, second round matches, of course, to try and get themselves into top billings. Top 2 teams go through. Also in the same group, what do we have here on this one? We have, of course, Japan, of course, the hosts up against South Africa. Of course, let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Of course, some of the familiar names for the Japanese squad, potentially the overage players. We are looking at what are we looking at here? The overage players. I'm looking at maybe Wataru Andendo coming at you from Stuttgart over in the Bundesliga. He's in 28 years of age. Maya Yoshinda, of course, formerly of Southampton, now the books of Sampdoria. Who else do we have? Of course, and we have Hikore Sakari coming at you from Ure Red Diamonds. Up against South Africa's, of course, under 23 squad as well. So have a quick look at it. Some familiar names potentially. Under 23 or over 23 players. They've actually gone for a very, very young looking squad. For the vast majority are all under the age of 24. So there's no actual over the age of 23 players here. But you're probably pinning your hopes on the likes of Lyle Foster, of course, who's 20 years of age, currently playing the books of Victoria de Guanamares over in the top flight over in Portugal. Of course, look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? We do have, I think, where are we on this one? New Zealand, not New Zealand. Where I'm bloody trying to find it. Who was it? It's Japan, of course. 92 on the eye. Your red hot favourites. 92 is your draw. 12-1 is your long shots. That is South Africa on this one. Quick look at the bookies odds for the title. Of course, Japan are actually 4 favourites. 8-1. South Africa 251. Absolute long shots on this one. For me, I'm going to go with the hosts on this one. Just a 1-0 win. Just get off with a winner, of course, and start the campaign with a bang. Next up, of course, we have these bad boys, which I believe is New Zealand taking on, of course, South Korea. This is over in Group B. We do expect to see some familiar names, or some bigger boys anyway, in the New Zealand squad, including Chris Wood, of course, from Burnley. Who else do they have on the books there? We've got Michael Boxall as well, coming actually from Minnesota United over in the MLS. And Winston Reid, of course, currently on the books these days over at Brentford, who are now in the Premier League. As for South Korea, no Sung Young Min. This Sarani, of course, he's done his duty, but we've got the likes of Hwang Ujou on the books of Bordeaux and Kwang Chung Hoon on Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. And of course, we've got Lee Kang In, youngster, and 20 years of age, Valencia as well. And Park Ji Soo at the back there, plays over his football. Kim Chon Sangmu. We did the South Korean League way back when. Of course, the bookies odds on this one. I'll give you the bookies odds in just a tickety-boo. Of course, that's my pick right there. New Zealand 11-2 for the British, 7-4 on Asia. South Korea, and 13-5 is your draw. Of course, look at the odds for the title. New Zealand 100-1. South Korea are actually 20-1 to lift the gold medal. Gone with a 2-0 win myself. South Korea opening day win. And into the same group, we have Group B, and it is Honduras taking on, of course, Romania. Now, this was a sticky wicket. This one, I don't really know which way we're going to go on this. Of course, Honduras are playing in the Gold Cup. What kind of squad are we looking at here? We've got the likes of Brian Moya, who is 27 years of age, plays for D. Augusto, an Angolan league. And they're also joined by Roberto Rivias, plays the Regina on the Serie B. Also, Georgia Pacunda for Olympia. He's another overage player. And I think that's pretty much it. I think I've just got a couple of overage players. As for Romania, they've got the likes of, who have they got there? Overage players on this one. Again, they've gone with a very, very young squad. Florian Stefan, 25 years of age. He's looking for a club right now. If you're looking, Tony Mowbray getting amongst it. Also, they've got the likes of Brighton Hove Albions. Tudo Bachuta, 22 years of age. And again, a very, very young squad. Again, pretty much all within the age limit, give or take. A quick look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Honduras are actually 23-10 for the Richie, 65 is your Romania, 11-5 is your draw. Quick look at the odds on this for the gold medal. We got Honduras coming at you at 100-1, Romania coming at you at 66-1. I'm going to go with a draw on this one, 1-1 in the end, to open up with a point. Of course, that's the first set of groups. Let's take a look at Group C then, shall we? Of course, Egypt up against the hotly tipped and, of course, very, very fancied Spain, of course. Let's take a look at all these guys then, shall we? Of course, Egypt, no Mo Salah for the group, but everyone is based, I believe, in Egypt within the squad. They've gone for a very, very young looking squad again, all under the ages of 24, all within that bracket as well. As for Spain, though, this is where it gets interesting. Of course, their squad at the moment. Where is it? Of course, they've got Unai Simon, of course, was on the books at the Euro 2020. Of course, they've also got the likes of Mikel Oyarzabal, also on the books at the Euro 2020. Danny Olmo as well. Brian Gill, of course, just about to move to Tottenham for the coming season. Marco Asensio as well from Real Madrid. They've got a very, very good Dani Ceballos as well, was captain's armband at the age of 24, all within that bracket of that age limit. Oscar Gill at the back, Eddie Garcia, Pau Torres. Again, these should be runaway favourites, and of course, it's pretty much the Euro squad as well, with a few less veterans in it. So I do comfortably believe that it will be Spain. Spain on the odds on this one. We'll have a look at it. What are we looking at here? Spain are actually 92 on for the victory. Egypt are 18 to 1. Long shots 4 to 1 is your draw. I'm going to go with. I'll tell you. I'll go with in just a second. Quick look at the bookies odds. 2 to 1 for the title for the bling, and of course Egypt are long shots 100 to 1. Going to go with on this 4-0. That's right, 4-0 in the end for Spain to take it to the house. Same group. It will be Argentina up against Australia. Of course, let's take a closer look at these guys. No Messi on this one, so don't get excited. I think he has competed in the Olympics before. Let's take a quick closer look at the current squad. We got the likes of who are we looking at here? Overage players. They're all Jemas Ledezema between the sticks. Currently on the books of Cadiz. He's 28 years of age. Also, any other further age players? The rest of them are all under the age of 24, so no age concerns. Claudio Bravo, not that one, from Portland Timbers, is in the squad there. You're looking at maybe Ezequiel Ponce on the books of Spartak Moscow for your goals. Brighton's Alexis Macassar, 22 years of age, and of course Middlesbrough's very own Martin Payejo. I don't look at this team and think, you know what, they're going to go and win the gold medal. As for Australia, though, let's take a close look at their squad then, shall we? And again, Callum Watts is in there, 19 years of age. You know, maybe he could be used as make weight for Blackburn Rovers, and a deal for Adam Armstrong. We've got Harry Suter as well from Stoke City, Jay Rich Bangaloo from Crystal Palace as well. Manchester City's very own Daniel Arzani, 22 years of age as well. So some good players, and again, all under the age of 24. No real age concerns for those guys. A quick look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? We currently have Australia actually 5 to 1 for the victory, 50 to 8 on is your Argentina, and 3 to 1 is your draw. Argentina coming at you at around about 5th favourites, 9 to 1. Australia long shots 150 to 1. Very difficult group for them to get out of it. Going to go with on this one 3-0 win for Australia to lose. Sorry, Argentina to take the victory. It's a Group D, the final one then. Shall we go with Ivory Coast taking on, of course, Saudi Arabia. Everyone's favourite on this one, of course. Let's take a look at the Ivory Coast squad just to familiarise ourselves with it. You got the likes of Eric Bays in it, 27 years of age. Overage player Max Gradle, of course, on the books of Silversport, formerly of Leeds United. Who else do we have? Overage player. We've got Frank Kessie as well on the books from AC Milan, big time player, just outside the age bracket there. Also got the likes of who else are we talking about here? Ahmed Diallo from Manchester United as well. Yeah, that's pretty tasty looking squad, so you probably would fancy them as well. As for the Saudi Arabian national under 23 team, all based out of Saudi Arabia, and of course all within the age bracket, no real old veterans. And there's one in there, Yasser El Sharani, 29 years of age. Cannot see anything else but that. Quick look at the odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this then? We have Ivory Coast 5 to 4 on for the victory. Your red hot favorite, 7 to 2 is your lower shots at Saudi Arabia, and 5 to 2 is your draw. Ivory Coast coming at you at around about 50 to 1. I'd go for them for a medal, to be fair. On that one, Saudi Arabia, 250 to 1 to go for the title on this one. For me, no brainer here. Ivory Coast should get a 2-0 win comfortably and put the 3 points in the bag. Into the final one now is a big one. It is Brazil and it is Germany. Goodness gracious me. Of course, no Neymar. I don't think so anyway. So have a closer look at the squad. I've got the likes of Douglas Luiz from the books of Aston Villa. We've got Brian Guillemardez coming to chat out from Lyon. We've got two else. We've got Rick Carlson's in there. Well, that's a bit of a player. He's still within the age bracket there. Gabriel Martinelli as well. Paulinho, 21 years of age. We've got Santos there. He's one of the older boys. We've got the likes of Dani Alves, 38 years of age. Goodness gracious me. He's in there. And any others? I don't think there's any others. Diego Carlos for Sevilla. So there's big time players there. Of course, as for the Germany, let's take a closer look at their squad then, shall we? We got, oh goodness gracious me, it's they've got no stress. So Max Cruz up there from Union Berlin. He leads the charge, one of the older boys. We've got Maximilian Arnold also on the books of Wolfsburg as well. Who else is in there? I did look at this a couple of days back. I think that's it, you really. Just those two guys over the age of 24. As for the odds on this one, Germany coming at you 40-5 for the Richie. Brazil at even. Stevens 23-10 is your draw. As for the title, Brazil 3-1 for the gold medal. Germany are 10-1, 6 favourites at the moment. For me, I'm going to go with a draw on this, I think. 2-2 in the end, which will give themselves a start. Not the biggest start, not the best start, of course. That's what I think, of course. Let you know your thoughts right here, of course. The old prediction league, that's right, getting off to a fabulous start. Make sure you get in there. Cutley/Tokyo 1A. And that's it, my friends. Of course, I didn't think I'd get to this, but we got there in the end. Of course, Tokyo games are right around the corner, kicking off on the 22nd. So get your names in there, get your picks in, of course. And of course, we'll be back again for match number 2 before the 25th of July. But that's it. Give the video some love, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is.